Mike Flanagan's upcoming Netflix series, The Fall of the House of Usher, is loosely based on the Edgar Allan Poe story of the same name, but it also has a strong connection to the iconic poem, The Raven, and its repeated Nevermore. Let me know in the comments section what you thought of the trailer for Mike Flanagan's new miniseries, and do you like the writing of Edgar Allan Poe? But before a raven flies into my study whilst I'm writing and drives me insane by constantly saying,
Nevermore.
Don't be that word outside of parting! Better!
I'd like to say hello guys and gals, I'm Nick, and welcome to 30's Feedback. So, Poe was among the most successful writers of the Gothic era, with many of his books providing inspiration for today's greatest horror narratives and ghost stories. The Fall of the House of Usher is one of the author's most underrated works, but it's not the only tale that Flanagan will be drawing inspiration from. Poe is also known for his iconic poem, The Raven, which tells the story of a distraught lover who's visited by a talking raven. It's from this poem that Poe's famous Nevermore quote is pulled, with the words repeatedly spoken by the Raven throughout the narrative. It's a stylistic device that really helps elevate the poem and displays Poe's aptitude as both a writer and a storyteller. Judging by the trailer for The Fall of the House of Usher, it seems that both the Raven and Nevermore will be integrated into this horror retelling. The show might take its title from a completely different story, but The Fall of the House of Usher is actually more of a celebration of Poe's works in general than any specific project. The filmmaker has long been inspired by classic Gothic works of literature, so it makes sense that Flanagan would take this opportunity to include his favourite aspects of Poe's repertoire in this new project. The Raven is such a short poem that it's easy to weave the story into another. Many of Poe's stories are centered around similar ideas and themes, so The Fall of the House of Usher and The Raven should blend together quite easily. From everything known about The Fall of the House of Usher, it's clear that Flanagan is using this project to explore the similarities in Poe's catalogue, drawing from the dark imagery and Gothic style that made him such a consistent author. Almost all of his works are rooted in the supernatural, brought to life by atmospheric storytelling and dark twists that should keep the audience on their toes. His style is very consistent, and in the same way that Flanagan built upon Shirley Jackson's original novel in The Haunting of Hill House, he should be able to enhance Poe's works in the streaming series by bringing them together. The word Nevermore plays a huge role in The Raven, where it's initially suggested to be the bird's name, but quickly becomes a symbol for the narrator's loss of control and power in the world. It appears at the end of each stanza once the Raven has first appeared, gradually becoming darker and darker in context and representing Poe's tendency to reframe the same ideas from different perspectives and give them a completely different meaning. This is exactly what creates the ominous atmosphere that's present in all of his works. Despite never appearing in Poe's original short story, the word Nevermore also plays a role in The Fall of the House of Usher. In the trailer, the word is spoken repeatedly by Bruce Greenwood's character Roderick when his family gets caught in a whirlwind of grief and mourning. This proves just how effortlessly Flanagan is able to blend the two stories together, using the surface level narrative of The Fall of the House of Usher, but the deeper context of The Raven by using Nevermore as a motif for recurring loss. The trailer for The Fall of the House of Usher also includes several shots of ravens in graveyards and bird-shaped masks. It's also been confirmed that Carla Gugino's character's name, Verna, is an anagram of the word raven, and she has been described as a shape-shifting demon who ties the stories together. In essence, Verna is Flanagan's reimagining of Poe's famous raven, sent to torment the narrator of the poem. Flanagan is using another of Poe's stories to enhance the message of his more fleshed out works, taking those stylistic devices and applying them in other places. If he does it right, it could be the director's most inspired and thematic work to date.